Alright, so we've written a small program that pulls data out of the database and prints it to the screen. Let's review that program again, the PyMongo Getting Started program. And you can see here that we import the Mongo client class from the PyMongo package, and then we connect to the database server, connect to the test database, the names collection, and do a find one. And if we print that out, it prints Andrew. Well, let's say we wanted to change the data in the collection and see it get updated. How would we do that? Well, let's open up Mongo. We're already connected to the test database. Let's look at db.names.find. There's the one object in the collection. Let's assign that to a JavaScript variable, and we're going to do a find one so that we get one document out of it. We can look at that document. Here it is. We can modify it right in the JavaScript shell, and we can save it back out like this using the save command. And if we do that, then we'll see now it's Dwight, or I could just do the find one without assigning it to a variable. Let's do that. There we go. There's a find, or find one. If we do a find one, see the same thing. See, the name is Dwight, and if we exit and run the program again, we can see that it now prints Dwight. So you might wonder how that save command works, and we're going to go over that later, but I'll give you a short introduction to that. db.names.save, if you call it without parentheses, then you will see the actual JavaScript code that makes up the function inside the Mongo shell. And you can see that the save command does something sort of interesting. It checks whether or not there's actually an object ID already associated, and if there isn't an object ID, it assigns one and does an insert, and if there is an object ID, then it does an update. And if you recall, when we did that find one, like this, and then we looked at J, we had the object ID in here. So when we call db.names.save with J like that, when we did that and it went through the save command, it said, hey, there is an object ID, so this must be an update of the object, not an insert of a new object. And that's how the save command works from the shell. All right, so the next part is we need to bring it all together and show you how to do all of this using Bottle so that there's a web application behind this rather than a command line application.